Welcome to ComSpark. Today we are live from Columbus, Ohio. My name is Jeremy Florea. I am on the Executive Host Committee for ComSpark, and I will be your guest host today. Today we are here with Doug McCollough, the CIO for the City of Dublin. Doug, you've been a public advocate for broadband expansion. We've heard recently about some new big projects that claim to be able to reach most of the globe with broadband, such as Elon Musk's SpaceX satellite project and Amazon's plans to get into the broadband game. I guess, what do you think of these initiatives, and are we ever going to see broadband for everybody?
That's a great question, and I think they're admirable. I'm pleased to see people thinking about broadband for everybody across the entire planet. It's the right way of thinking about this. And I think that they will probably work in the distant future. Right now, they're probably more experiments than anything else. One of the things that I question is a single technology going to work for reaching everybody? And I don't think it is. I think it will require a diversity of different architectures and ways of reaching people, because one size does not fit all. However, reaching people from satellites is a great start, or just sort of reaching everybody in the world. What I question is what are the business models that are going to allow the digital divide to be closed? And sometimes the technology is available everywhere, but the money's not available, or different barriers arise that make access difficult. And I hope that we continue to work on access solutions as we think about broadband and connectivity for everybody. One technology or even 10 technologies is not going to get the job done. We're going to have to work together to resolve some of these business model complex barriers.
Yeah, thank you very much. Some good insight and some good questions. The City of Dublin has a new digital identity project based on blockchain. Could you tell us more about it?
Yes, it's interesting. I think that we are arriving at a new place for government. What government used to be is not what it's going to be in the future. And the City of Dublin would like to get ahead of that. We are experimenting with the concept of identity, because identity is something that a government can be authoritative in. We believe that there's a new level of trust that can happen when you have a government kind of doing identity as a service. But identity is really just the base layer that needs to be in place for all sorts of new transactions and fee structures and ways of business doing business with government, and even business to business with each other. We have a whole new Internet of Things environment, and there's a lot of questions about governance and who's in charge and tracking what has taken place. In addition, there are a lot of questions we're hearing about now with data privacy. And as we are experimenting, like everybody should be experimenting, we think that blockchain is a very interesting technology. We don't know where it's going to lead, but it could be a way of us developing a whole new data privacy platform, so that not only us as individuals, but our things, as Internet of Things, our smart homes, our streets, our cities, can interact with each other in a more secure, reliable, auditable way. And that's kind of where we're coming from, but it's all an experiment.
Well, thank you very much. We were always hearing about smart cities. What new developments are you seeing in smart cities that the rest of us may not be hearing about as of yet?
Well, I have been surprised that smart cities has really been about mobility traditionally. It's surprising we're talking about traditional smart cities now, but smart cities have been around for a while. And they tend to be about transportation and moving people and goods from one place to another. There's a lot of other aspects to it, but that's the entryway to most smart cities, is really talking about traffic and mobility and connected vehicles and some of those things. What I find interesting in some of the new developments are the amount of sensors and things that are beginning to emerge, and the amount of data that they are throwing off. And so data and analytics has always been about smart cities, but they are becoming far more important. We're seeing that the analytical environment reaching further into more cognitive things, whether it be machine learning or artificial intelligence, and using cameras as sensors is moving up a lot faster than I think anybody previously thought. A lot of people do know that, but for the general public, smart cities means sensors. It's going to mean analytics, and it's going to mean much faster decision-making for cities and also eventually for individual citizens, residents, and consumers.
Well, in closing, thank you, Doug, for your insights and experience shares and for joining us today. For more information, please visit comspark.tech.